Hey students, we are going to do a brief grammar review, and we're going to review nouns, pronouns, verbs, and adjectives, and we are going to skip subject predicate today. You're welcome. Coming in hot with nouns. Nouns are a person, place, thing, or idea. Now, that idea part can often be a little confusing for some people, but don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Here are some examples. Susan, students, school, Peru, bird, happiness, woman, excitement, London, island. Happiness and excitement, there's that idea noun that I was talking about. Now, there are two types of nouns. That's right, common nouns and proper nouns. So you will notice that some of these nouns are capitalized. Susan, Peru, London, which makes them proper nouns. So a common noun names any one of a group of people, places, or things. They are not capitalized, and they are general. So that planet, this language, that boy, that teacher, that restaurant, this city. Whereas a proper noun names a specific person, place, or thing and is capitalized. The earth, Spanish, Henry, Mrs. Hayner, Sawadi, Cairo. Sawadi is a Thai restaurant here, and the food's very good. All right, our next is pronouns. Now, pronouns are they replace a noun in a sentence. And the noun that's replaced is called the antecedent. So that's a word that you should know. Now, if you'll look at Indiana Jones down here, he is replacing that golden idol with a bag that weighs about the same. So that golden idol is the noun, and the bag is the pronoun. And once he replaces it, that golden idol is now known as the antecedent. So just to refresh your memory, some examples are she, him, us, I, it, they. Now, if I write a sentence that says, one day the doctor asked the doctor's assistant for the doctor's calendar, that's saying a lot of doctors in one sentence. And it doesn't flow very well, right? So in order to make a sentence more concise, more succinct, we have to use pronouns. So how would you change this sentence? What would it turn into? So I said, one day the doctor asked her assistant, Brian, to hand her the appointment calendar, right? So doctor is the noun, but once we place these pronouns there, which are referring back to the doctor becomes the antecedent. And now the sentence flows a lot better. Verbs. Okay, coming in hot with verbs. Sorry, I can't believe I said that. It was a little bit cringy. I'm sorry. Verbs are a word that shows action or a state of being or existence. So for example, this woman here, she is sleepy. She is tired. That is her state of being right now. She needs to drink that coffee. And then we have action down here. All sentences have to have a verb in order to be a complete sentence. If you don't have a verb, it's not a full sentence. And we have three types of verbs. So we have action verbs, helping verbs, and linking verbs, and we're going to talk about those next. Right, so our three types of verbs. We have action verbs, which express physical or mental action. These are pretty easy to identify: jump, enjoy, search, move, watch, etc. Helping verbs usually have a second verb with it, creating a verb phrase. So you have the helping verb and the action verb. And the helping verb helps an action verb. It generally shows tense, so past, present, or future. So some examples down here: could move, should search, was running, am eating. And finally, we have linking verbs. These ones are a little bit more tricky to identify unless you are a grammarian. Is that a word? So they show existence or state of being with words like is, am, are, was, were, seem, become, or any form of be. And it connects a subject, which is usually a noun or a pronoun, to information about that noun or pronoun, which is usually an adjective, right? So I, that's the subject, that's a noun. Am, which is the linking verb. Happy, which is the adjective, to be in 7th grade. And finally, we have adjectives. Adjectives describe a noun or pronoun. It tells what kind, how many, which one. So what kind would be like the happy child, the angry cat, the excited bird. How many? I want more pizza. I want 2 milkshakes. I want all of the candy. Or which one? This shoe, that dress, and those books. All right, so here's where our activities are gonna begin, right? So you're gonna find the adjectives in each of these 3 sentences, okay? I would like a piece of the delicious, square, Swedish dessert. Do you still wear those old white shoes? Those 2 tall, lean men work for the firm. All right, you should have chosen the choice that said delicious, square, Swedish, old, white, tall, and lean, because those are all the adjectives. Next, identify the nouns. The planet is tiny. My dad is in London. The teacher lives in the city. The woman on the island wanted excitement in her life. Remember what nouns are and find the nouns. All right. Planet, dad, London, teacher, city, woman, island, excitement. Now, identify the pronouns. The girl said she was full. The pilot asked for his headphones. My cat kicked all the litter out of the box, or out of its box, and the woman on the island wants excitement in her life. If you said she, his, its, and her, you're correct. So now that we have the pronouns, we are going to find the antecedent. The girl, the pilot, my cat, and the woman, right? Those are the nouns. Once you use a pronoun, the nouns then become the antecedent. Identify the verb. Ready? Willie found an oak leaf. Our band plays rock music. The goats crossed the stream, and Shelley lifted the large book. All right, if you chose the choice that said found, plays, crossed, and lifted, you are correct. Now identify the helping verb. Remember, it creates a verb phrase. Could move, should play, was running, am eating. All right, I think this is the last one. Identify the adjective. Arnold is wearing a gray sleeveless Gucci jumpsuit today. I love that really big old green antique car that is always parked at the end of the street. She bought a disgusting pink plastic ornament. My job is better than yours. Find the adjectives. All right, if you chose the choice that said gray, sleeveless, Gucci, big, old, green, antique, disgusting, pink, plastic, better, you're correct. And we are going to skip identifying the subject predicates in a sentence and go straight to have a wonderful day.